Hello and welcome back to Sherwood Park Toyota. Today we're looking at a Toyota Highlander XSE in the color black. Let's take a look. Starting up front, underneath the hood, we have the turbocharged 2.4-liter four-cylinder engine, automatic transmission, gets up to 265 horsepower, 310 pound-foot of torque, towing capacity up to 5,000 pounds. Up front, you've got LED headlights, customer daytime running lights, and your fog lights down below. Along to the side here, we have the black 20-inch alloy wheels. Side mirrors have integrated turn signals and blind spot monitoring. Then on both of your front handles here, you'll find these two double lines, but we'll talk about those guys more on your driver's side. Moving back, all your rear windows come with factory tinting, and up top we have black roof rails that match the body. On the back on the right-hand side, you have your XSE all-wheel drive trim level badge. Left-hand side is your Highlander badge, and underneath the rear logo is your backup camera. To open up your rear cargo space, reach underneath of the logo and press the button, and it should automatically rise up for you from there. Inside, we have, of course, the second and third row seating. Second row seating has the independent captain's chair, meaning there is no middle seat right down the middle, but we'll talk about that row of seating when we get up front to it. For the third row, there is the 60-40 split on the left-hand side, smaller side on the left, larger side on the right. This allows each side to function independently, such as how we have it now. You can have one side laid down while the other one can stay upright. In order to do this, you just release this little handle on the top outside corner of the seat, and if it's laid down flat and you want to bring it back up, you can grab onto this little strap here and pull it all the way into the upright position. For your third row occupants, they have access to plenty of their own cup holder space, as well as having lots of legroom and headroom back here. For the dedicated cargo space, we have all of the space along the back here, including having extra deep storage underneath of these false floor spaces. You'll also notice up front here that we have these little cutout pockets above the cup holders on either side. This is for the interior cargo cover. It's not currently installed in the moment, but if you look underneath of the false floor here, you'll notice that it's this long piece tucked into the back of this area. Two things about this. First off, this cargo space is specifically designed to store away that cargo cover, because when you have people sitting in the third row area, it will cut directly across their head space. You don't want to have that interacting with them, but it means that if you want to be able to keep it up or down, it doesn't have to just sit around in the rear cargo space taking up room. There is a dedicated storage space for it down below, and then when you need it, you can easily take it out and then reinstall it. The purpose of it is to lock into place back here and extend outwards into these hooks on either side, helping to keep private anything you keep stored in your cargo space itself. Down below in this area, you also have access to your spare tire. You're able to access it through this little porthole. Behind the cargo cover, you can see some of those orange lettering. That is where you'll find your instructions on how to access that that spare tire, with all of the toolkit down here as well. To close up your space back here, you can reach up to the handle on the right-hand side, or just press the electronic button. Next, let's take a look at the inside. Inside, your interior upholstery is the black Softex leatherette with both a black and light gray stitching. On the side of the seat is where you'll find the various adjustments to move the seat back and forth or to adjust the backrest portion. There's also these grip steps you can see that give people easy access to the third row if they don't want to walk in between that middle section. So there is plenty of adjustments, including having these little running tracks to let the seat move and back and forth. For the second row occupants themselves in the middle, instead of having a seat, you do have this storage and cup holder space. There are folding down armrests on the inside of the seats themselves, and then the door itself is designed to be an additional armrest on the outside. Looking forward, on the back of your front passenger and front driver seats, you've got pouch storage. Back of the console, you have your third zone air conditioning control panel. This is where you go to access this is where you go to access the adjustments for the second and third row occupants, so they can adjust their own fan speed, mode, and temperature, so everybody can stay comfy at all times. Down below that is where you have your charger options, and currently we have the Highlander rubber mats installed in this unit. Inside your door is where you have your storage spaces, power window control, and the built-in sunshade. So this unlatches, pulls all the way upwards, and locks into place, keeping the sun out of everybody's eyes without impeding on their view. And of course can just as easily unhook and then roll all the way back down, going completely flush in with your door frame. Now, backing into these two double lines, these guys indicate keyless entry, so if you have the key fob on your person, you can tap your hand here or in here to lock or unlock your units. Inside the driver's door, we get a good look at these metallic points. You'll be able to find little bits of this all throughout your front cab space. Under this, power windows for front and back, window lock, power lock system, and side mirror controls. Front driver's seat is electronically adjustable, back, front, up, down, and lumbar support. You've got your hood release latch and your gas release on the bottom left-hand corner of your dash. On top of that, you have this little storage compartment. Then you have controls for automatic headlamps, automatic start-stop, your heated leather steering wheel, power trunk release. Up top is your odometer trip and the dash brightness. Steering wheel is black leather with black stitching. Then left-hand side, you've got the controls for your dash display. You've got your hands-free communication and volume control. Right-hand side, radio controls in the bottom, adaptive cruise control up top, which includes both sonar and lane departure. In the middle is your infotainment display screen. This is where you go to access much of the information about your daily driving experience. Currently, you're looking at your optional navigation. You can choose to connect that through Toyota connected services. Under that is your audio listening, AM, FM, satellite radio. Full Bluetooth connectivity includes Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, and you've got optional USB adapters all throughout. Then you have phone connectivity for your personal device to the vehicle via Bluetooth. You have three things in here. First off is climate, so you have it for the front, rear, and additional options. Your Eco Heat Cool and your de-icer. Trip info in here, and then also the vehicle alerts. Then all the way at the bottom is all of your settings and customizing. So everything from personal profile, Bluetooth audio, Wi-Fi display, vehicle customizing, dealer info, apps, software, etc. Volume control is in the bottom left corner. Then you have the climate control center in the middle. Dual climate control up front here, plus we have the third zone in the back. So as you can see, you can control the rear climate from up front here as well. Or up front, you will simply have your options for the driver and front passenger themselves. So they can choose to have things independently or have things synced up. You can even sync it up so that the rear stays in tune with the front. Lots of options to make sure everybody has their preferred temperature available. Then you've got defroster front and rear windshield as well as side mirrors. And this is the defrost for the rear windshield wiper blade, which is really useful in cold Canadian winters so that it doesn't get stuck to your windshield and can actually function. On either side, you have three variant levels for heated seat controls for the driver and front passenger. Underneath, you have your push start ignition, four ways in the middle. Then you have this nice storage compartment, goes the whole way across. You've got that little adapter on the right, or rather this little break in the right-hand side, which means that if you put something in one corner and then go around a corner, it's not going to go sliding all the way to the other end out of your reach. Things just stay divided, and it helps to reduce the amount of movement. In the middle here, you also find this wireless charging pad. It is compatible with all wireless charging needs. Nice thing is you don't have to worry about having your phone charging cords available to you, though if you do want to use them, there are plenty of charger adapters down below. This has bumpers on the sides and well as the back, plus having that built-in tray design that is afforded by this little storage compartment, meaning that the phone's not going to go flying out of that slot when you're actually out on the road, and you still have a clear line of sight to it from the driver's seat for any notifications coming in and out. Underneath, you have another storage space on the left-hand side. Then you have your gear shift, cup holders, driving modes, so you have your sport, normal, eco, mud and sand to rock and dirt. Then you have your parking brakes, traction control, snow, and downhill assist. All the way in the back is your console space. This opens up, you have a sliding tray up top, and then deeper storage all the way in. You even have a 12-volt adapter deep down inside of there if you so want to use it. On the right-hand side, you've got yourself a lockable glove box down below. Up overhead on your rearview mirror, 1, 2, and 3 dots. These guys are garage door openers. Then you have your sunglasses compartment, but this has two functions. When you open it up, you'll find you actually get this little reflective mirror. Nice thing about this is that it means you don't have to use the rearview mirror to keep an eye on your second and third row seat occupants. You can fold this down, and then you can use this to keep an eye on the road and this to keep an eye on the people inside the vehicle. Oops. There we go. On top of that, you have your overhead lighting controls, SOS button, and controls for your moonroof. Thanks again, folks, for joining us on this full video tour for this Toyota Highlander XSE in the color black. It is located here at Sherwood Park Toyota at 31 Automall Road in Sherwood Park, Alberta. You can also reach us at 780-306-7703. And remember, life is full of choices. Let us be yours.